What it is, man? It's y'all boy Disciple Deshaun. As you can see, I'm in the gym. I'm finna do a little chest routine. And I did legs last night. Tomorrow I'll probably come back and do back. But what I do is I try to come to the gym like 3, sometimes 4 times a week. And throughout the duration of those routines, I aim to do a full body exercise every week. So I'm finna start off with like 135, and then I'm gonna work my way up, and then I might do 3 or 4 sets going up, and then I'll come back down and I'll do drop sets to come back down to a lightweight and rip it out. So, you know what I'm saying? Just tune in for a few minutes, and I gauge, I might express some of these thoughts that, flowing around in my head. So, it's a relief for me to talk. It's therapeutic. But, you know what I'm saying? Just tune in. That was a set of 135. I just threw the 25 plates on there, 25-pound plates on there. So next set gonna be 185. Man, I had woke up this morning. I woke up this morning with several ideas of how to generate more revenue, to make more money, as well as expound on the conversation that I had like 3 days ago with my lady friend. And you know what I'm saying? With the many ideas, I'm trying to find ways of putting those thoughts on paper, seeing the people that I need to reach out to network on that. And then I got some advice. I had got some advice from my son's mother also on how to go about doing something. So I'm gonna take heed to that. As well as when it came to the conversation that I was having with my lady friend, I wanted to talk about like in relationships. I believe that to sustain a healthy relationship where you and your spouse can cohabitate within the same space, I think we need to establish an emotional climate where, it's normal for us to be able to discuss our differences and disagreements without exacerbating the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know like when we get excited, we're upset, and we have a disagreement, we're so enraged, or, I maybe I'm trying to voice my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And then you trying to explain your side of the story. So we really not listening to one another. We're really just arguing. You know what I'm saying? We're exacerbating the situation. We're making the situation worse than what it really is, when we really should just take some time, cool off, collect our thoughts, and then at a later moment, be like, hey, I want to revisit that conversation that we had earlier. Hey, when you said this is how I perceived it, but what did you mean by it? Like, if you didn't mean this by what you said, what did you mean by it? And then, you allow that person to express themselves in a more therapeutic manner. And then likewise, I can express the intent of my delivery. And then from there, we can tune in and zone in on the problem. Like, whatever the situation at hand is, we can implement solutions towards resolving that situation. So that was my thing on that. Like, man, let me know how y'all feel down below. But I'm finna get into this next set real quick. I said, like I said, you want to be able to discuss your disagreements, because you know what I'm saying, when we when we can discuss our disagreements in a more constructive manner, once we resolve that situation, that allows us to go further in our relationship, because you know that situation may have just been a stumbling block for us, but now that we have risen above that hurdle, we can continue on throughout, you know, with our journey in our relationship to see how far things may go. So I think in my heart of hearts, you know what I'm saying, like I say, that's therapeutic. And what that situation also does is it allows, you know, for you to express your true intentions towards your partner, as well as it allows them the opportunity to display the attributes of their character. Like, you know what I'm saying, I did a video on as far as like forgiveness, and I was saying like when you forgive a person, it liberates you. And when they are accepting of that forgiveness, you know, it sets them free. So forgiveness is a gift. You know what I'm saying? But if like, you know, if I open my heart to you, you know what I'm saying, I have a heart to give, but you've hardened your heart towards me, that means that, you know, I'm sowing into you. That gives you an opportunity, like I'm pouring into your cup, now you pour back into my cup. There's a reciprocity there. There's an exchange. And in relationships, there has to be an exchange. If there's no exchange, we're gonna stifle our relationship, and then we're gonna be in constant opposition, and then by default, we're gonna start to repel against one another. We're going to start to rebel against one another. And now whatever this situation may have been, it's gonna form a wedge between us, and now that gap is gonna become wider. And then as it widens and we distance ourselves from one another, that stage of affection or obsession that we had for one another when we were once in love, we're gonna fall out of that, and then we're going to start to resent our spouse. So I think I did enough talking. I usually do a set, and then I'll take me like 2 sips of water, and then I do my next set. So that's 2:05. So I'm gonna do a set just right here. I might decide to go up, might not. Whew.